What's up, J-Bays? It's me, and it is time to review the new Juvia's Place Saharan palette. I have all of Juvia's Place palettes. I love Juvia's Place palettes. I use Juvia's Place palettes pretty much the majority of the time. I have other palettes that cost a ton of money, and I have some that are middle of the road high end, but I also have these affordable bad boys that are designed for women of color. The pigment is popping. The swatches will prove that. And like, I didn't have any problem picking up this palette because of the proof in the pudding of the three behind me. It is inspired by the Fulani women in, oh god, Victoria, don't do this, it's Western Africa. Where though? Get the box. You know, I kept the box. We're gonna get through it. Inspired by the vibrancy and vivaciousness of the Wawabi festivities in the Fulani cultures of West Africa. Boom, she remembered. Yes. Filled with elaborate and flamboyant makeup, the Saharan eyeshadow palette is endowed with pops of color, earthy hues, and golds that emulate a true Saharan. It has the ingredients back here. If you decide to keep the box, that's the only way you're going to know what's in it, because there's nothing on the back of the actual palette. The cruelty-free product, and it's created in the USA. That's always nice. 12 months shelf life, but we all know that you can get a lot more out of eyeshadow, so, you know, take it or leave it. So this particular palette comes with 12 shadows, very much like the original Nubian palette, and it features this beautiful depiction of a Fulani woman, which is also featured on the front in like a Destiny's Child trio inspired situation here. And this one, although it is small like the original Nubian palette, it actually has the names on it still, which works out great for me in telling you guys which color is which. In case you guys are wondering what I'm wearing on my lips, because I really like this lip color. This is one of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. This is the color Poet. I think it goes beautifully with this eye look. That was actually done with the Saharan palette, which you will be seeing me do a mini demonstration on in a couple of clips later on in the video. As you can see, I have used it obviously because I did my eye makeup. And one of the things that I really love about this palette is that it comes with a black. This black is ridiculously pigmented, like obnoxious, right? Like this is fall into the abyss black. Okay, I like tapped into this bad boy, just boop, one time, just to get all that together right there, just to deepen the crease. It is not a game. Let's go one by one and talk about each color. We have Sokoto, which is a beautiful reddish pink. Like it's a pinkish red. Let's go with that. It's a pinkish red. It's very vibrant, and again, very pigmented. All of these shadows are beautifully pigmented. I'm gonna try not to say that again, even though that's like one of the big sells about Juvia's Place palettes, is that they are super affordable and they are high quality. They are on par with your Makeup Geeks and your like your other indie brand shadows that perform really beautifully. And it's just, this is a $28 palette, and then there's 10% discount codes, you guys. Like, I spent less than $35 including shipping. I have spent a smooth $170 on an eyeshadow palette, so anything after that is inexpensive. But in particular, this is actually inexpensive but performs like high-end shadows in my opinion. You've got shimmers and mattes to get your look together. This is a transition shade for me. I don't know about like everybody, but if you're around my skin tone, this is absolutely a transition shade. So you do have one in the palette. What you don't have in this palette are like all over lid color. Depending on your skin tone, this can be, but I mean, I think this is designed to be a transition color. And then there are some satin finishes in here, and there's some shimmer finishes. I think that this palette is designed for somebody who already has the other stuff. This is not a palette that you can actually do your entire eye look with, but it is a palette where you can create really beautiful looks from. So I don't know if it's necessarily an essential, that in the way that like the Nubian is an essential, where you can create some bomb looks, but you can also, you know, get yourself together really quickly with a matte eye or whatever. But this one right here is an accompaniment to that Nubian, or to that Masquerade, or to that Nubian 2. Those have enough colors in them to get your whole eye look together, but I think that this is a great complementary palette that is necessary if you're a collector, necessary if you don't yet have something that has a lot of color to it, if you need a really good black, you know, like I feel like even if you just like 4 colors in here, for example, this palette is worth buying because of the value. So let's continue, shall we? Because I just completely stand out for this, and we've only talked about like 2 colors. Next up is Vikeejeah. Vikeejeah is a stunning deep yellow gold. It is so beautiful. It's almost like a greenish yellow gold. I'm going to swatch these all for you, but I'm just going to talk about them first, and then I'll swatch them all over my arm for you. So next up is Bororo, and I am wearing Bororo on the outer portion of this shimmery lid, and it's a gorgeous kind of coppery red, not too shimmery, but it catches the light quite beautifully, if I do say so myself. Next up is Vikeejeah. I have not yet used this yet, you guys, but I am so excited to do so. I actually had in my mind to use this with one of the pressed pressed shadows in the Huda Beauty palette. I think it's Dubai. I instantly thought of Dubai when I saw this color, and I was like, I want to use those together for like a sea green Mami Wata kind of like look, you know what I mean? And then next up is Zoya. Zoya I have like dug into already like crazy. This is what I'm wearing on my inner tear duct underneath the color next to it, which is Iman. Iman is a gorgeous frosty iridescent white. Like, do you guys see that? It ramped up that pink for me and gave me the intensity that I wanted on that inner color highlight. And I also used what was left on the brush for my brow bone highlight. Like, booyah, okay? It's really, really good. You can use a light hand and achieve this, or you can go in with the intensity. And I did not need any Fix Plus on that inner tear duct right there. That is just how it comes. Poppin'. Next up is Jamila. Jamila is a rust color. This is a beautiful rust color. I'm not gonna dig into it just yet because I'm gonna do them swatches, but I am so tempted to, you guys, because the way that this color is popping off. Senegal is next. Senegal is a beautiful bronze color. This is bronze shimmery. Like, are we grabbing the light? Are we seeing it? Chad is next, and Chad is the black that is super duper black. Blackity black. Yes, it's black, y'all. Next up is Katsina. Yeah, and this is the beautiful transition color that is underneath everything else. It's peeking out like right about there because I use it to blend everything else in. This is a great transition color. Like, it gives you camel with a little more neutral to it, and I'm definitely here for that. Lulu is a beautiful soft, it's not a super, like, it's not a baby pink, but it is a light pink that has little gold shimmer to it. It's a satin finish. It's not very intense, but this would make a stunning lid color, you guys. So pretty and soft for like a everyday glam, everyday girly glam. I feel like it would be perfect for that. The one next to it, the last one, Fula, is what I'm wearing on my lids right now. And I did have to use Fix Plus to intensify it and just make it go on very evenly, but I don't feel like I would have had to do that if I used my fingers. I used a brush, and so I had to just use my Fix Plus. I mean, it's not a big deal. It definitely had some great color payoff. It stayed put. There's no transfer to my hooded lid area. It's just a really beautiful color, and I feel like it is the deeper skin tone sister to the one next to it, to Lulu. So if Lulu's for my medium to lights, then Fula is for my like medium to deep, you know? And it gives you the same effect, a very girly, soft, pretty eye look. So now that I have gushed over every single color, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them for you. So this is the first row. We have Sokoto, we have Budabe, we have Bororo, and we have Kia. Intensity. And the only matte shade in that row is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. You can apply it with a light hand, as I did in my crease, and then just build it up to where you want. Or if you want to do a nice like red eye, this is a great option for women of deeper skin tone, because it is pigmented as heck. So here we are with the next row, the middle row of colors. We have Zoya, we have Iman, we have Jamila, and we have Senegal. Senegal is the one at the very bottom there, the beautiful bronze that I told you guys about. Iman is like low-key my favorite color in this palette because it surprises you. It looks really intimidating. It looks very white, like very chalky. But look at that. Look at the way that it just pops your inner corner. I don't have anything like this, and I just think it's perfect. And for a color like Iman, like very white like that, for it to be so intense and go on so smooth and even, she did a really great job with the formulation of these shadows. And then this is the row, the last row at the bottom. We've got Chad, we've got Katsina, we have Lulu, and we have Fula. Like, look at how Katsina practically is my skin tone. It is the perfect transition shade. Look at how black Chad is. Is that like, it's literally my hair color. I can't even deal. Wow, it is so black, you guys. When I tell you, this is literally cold. You know what I mean? And in the best possible way. I just think, get out there and support your bombs, your black owned businesses, man. That's really it. And you don't have to be black to support a black owned business. You just have to enjoy great quality product and you know, get out there and purchase it. That's really it. I am low-key like really excited to experience this palette during Black History Month. Mind Your Business, Siri. I can see the passion that goes into these eyeshadows. I follow Juvia's Place on Instagram and on Twitter, and I saw like the test runs and everything, and she was just so excited about this palette, and I can see why. It's gorgeous. It's really, 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 really nice. So shout out to her for creating yet another amazing palette that I loved to proudly display. And so now, without any further ado, get ready for the demo of this eye look from the Saharan palette. So I've already primed and set my eyes, and now I'm gonna go in with my transition color, which is Katsina. And I'm talking in the video because I'm also doing a Facebook Live get ready with me, but I decided, you know, I should definitely incorporate a demo in this video, so you know, there we go. So yeah, we're just adding the transition color to the crease and a little bit above the crease, of course, for my hooded eye girls. You want everything that you're doing to show up. Next, I am taking Sokoto, and I am, with a very, very light hand, going to start applying that color to my crease. And as you can see, when I first start out, I'm using very light strokes, and I am just going to build it up in about 3 layers, I believe. This color presents extremely bold, and you can get extremely bold color payoff initially by using a more densely packed brush. In this case, I'm using a goat hair blending brush, so you can get you can build up the color. It applies the color a little more lightly. So this is, I think, my 3rd go in right now, and as you can see, I'm starting to get the color that I want. And I'm just going to use that brush from the transition color to blend out the edges. Now I'm going in with Fula, and I'm applying that with a little Fix Plus to my mobile lid. I tried applying it with just like a sort of fluffy lid brush. That's not even the right word, but you get me. It didn't work, so I went in with the Fix Plus. Now I'm using Bororo with a little Fix Plus on a pointed crease brush, and I'm applying that to the outer V of my mobile lid and just blending it into Fula. and they blend really easily. Now, as you can see, I just tapped into Chad, and I'm going to deepen the outer V into the crease with a densely packed brush. Look at how pigmented, man. Zam. I can't even deal. So I'm just taking my blending brush from the Sokoto color. No additional product, just blending in Chad. Now, I've already put the rest of my makeup on, and I'm working on my lower lash line. I'm applying Katsina to my lower lash line, the transition color, and then I'm going in with an LA Girl pencil. You can use any color that is similar to the pinks and the kind of reddish pinks in there, and I'm just setting that color with Sokoto. Little packing brush from Elf. I think they call it a shader brush, but I usually use it on the lower lash line. Now I'm going in to my tear duct with Zoya, and I'm using a small detailer brush to get the inner corner, but also a little bit of my upper and lower lash line. And I'm blending that into the lid color as well. And I didn't feel like I was getting enough of what I wanted. I wanted super bright, so I went in with Iman, and then I like fell in love. So that went right over top Zoya. A little bit of pink peeking through, but mostly it was all about that beam of color of just white shimmer. And then I took what was left of it on the lip brush that I was using, and I applied it to the highest point of my brow bone. I love this inner corner highlight. I didn't think I was gonna use that color, you guys. Like, seriously, this palette is legit. I can see myself using every single color, especially since I used colors I don't normally use to achieve this eye look. This is so pretty and soft, for me anyway, and I even used some of the black, so you know, you can really diffuse it. Like, this is nice. This palette is bomb. Another one, major key. She's joining the sisters up here front and center. Holler at Fumi of Fumi Fashion and Beauty. You can use the code Fumi to get 10% off, as I used to get 10% off of this right here. And hopefully they come back in stock with the liners, because I really want to try the liners. I actually wanted to buy the bundle, but I couldn't because it was sold out. So I'm gonna just double back and buy the liners that came out when this palette came out. So that's it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that I know that you're feeling it. And don't forget to tell your friends about me, because we need to grow the J-Bay fam. We need to keep this going, you guys. It is real out here in these streets. I am shaking cameras. That's how real it is in these streets. And I hope you guys like the new setup. I'm actually like, I went and tidied up and decluttered my makeup area in the back, and I put some stuff on Poshmark, so check out the description box for that. Yeah, I'm gonna add this to the family up there and get on out of here. I hope that you enjoy the video. Definitely subscribe if you're not a subscriber. J-Bays are the best bays on YouTube. They're the bays that I enjoy talking with in the comments section every week, and who keep me motivated to create videos. So be a part of the J-Bay fam and check out my past videos, and I'll be bringing you 2 more every week from here on out. And until next time, you guys, see you later. Mwah.